Welcome back. Women in South Africa earn about 27% less than their male counterparts. This is especially true within the top earning bracket. Now, the gap between men and women is as much as 39% in favor of men. Christelle Coleman, the MD of Elite Risk Acceptances, joins us now from our Cape Town studio. Christelle, thanks for your time. We do appreciate it. We hear today in South Africa all the time that women are still being biased. Well, women are not getting equality in terms of salary in the workplace, in terms of positions in companies. Tell us how you did it in a male-dominated industry.
Every time at this time of the year, I try to think about what can I say to add some value to bring some advice to this issue that we have with the gender pay gap and fewer opportunities for women. And I think something that can really make a difference is for you to invest in your personal brand building. We live in an era of amazing technology and opportunities to build your personal brand and set yourself apart from the rest of the pack. So I think in my own personal experience, I started investing in my own brand building about 10 years ago, using traditional media like TV, radio, and print media, but also the social media platforms, and it's really made a significant difference. So that's something that I would like to talk about tonight.
Well, that's it. You invested in your personal brand, and it sounds like a lot of work. Men don't really have to do that, so there's still an imbalance there. Mm-hmm.
Well, yes, absolutely. I mean, we see, we all have the opportunity to invest in building our brand and to tell the world, what we are all about. But I think in the case of women, it really can add a lot more value. We don't often get the opportunities to go for the job interviews, but if you have a persona out there in the media, if people can access who you are, what your experience is, what your thoughts are in the specific industry that you operate in, it gives you a bit of a head start and perhaps can get you those job interviews that you traditionally wouldn't get, perhaps because of the fact that you are a woman and that there is inherent discrimination in some industries and some parts of the community, the business community that we operate in.
So tell us more about your campaign to sell your brand.
It's very important to remember that social media today is accessible to anyone, but that you have to really, really think carefully about what you put out there. If your main goal is to build a professional profile and make sure that you create opportunities for yourself in the business community, you have to think carefully about everything that you say, everything that you post, everything that you comment on. So, my personal advice is just to steer clear of political comments, not to be too negative, and to use every opportunity that you have to build a picture of who you are as an individual and to put that out into the world. And by the time that you do go for job interviews or that you are up for promotions perhaps, that value that you've built around you is available and it's out there. And through the use of social media and traditional media, you also build a network of individuals, people that you can access to sell products to if you're in a sales type of position, or to build a profile of a newly launched business. We're just launching a new company in the Old Mutual Group, and that asset that you have, that network of social media contacts and reach into the media world, really becomes very valuable when you're trying to take a product to market or a service to market, and you can access your network of individuals. And that's not relevant just to women; it's relevant to any individual, wanting to build a network, but really worth investing in that over the years.
Now, do you think women in your position can do more to push for equitable salaries, promotions, and conditions of work for those in other positions within a corporate environment and elsewhere?
There's that saying that it says something like, if you are fortunate enough to do well, in your career, it's your responsibility to send the elevator back down. And this is something that I feel very passionate about, especially when it comes to gender equality. We as women who have reached a certain level in business have an express responsibility to make sure that we continue to talk about the importance of equality in the workplace, the importance of having executive leadership teams and leadership teams that reflect the market that we serve as far as gender and race is concerned. And we have to drive the issue ourselves. We can't sit back as women and expect men to do this for us. We have to join the conversation. We have to drive the topics, the issues, and make sure that, that we move forward. And how far have we come? You know, if you think about something like the gender pay gap, we didn't even talk about this 10 years ago, even 5 years ago. And now it's become a real reality, and it's definitely closing if you look at the statistics. So discussion and dialogue around these issues are really, really important to make sure that we move forward.
All right, thank you so much for your time and your insight. We appreciate it. That was Christelle Coleman, Managing Director of Elite Risk Acceptances.